Okay, hi Stephan. You are the founder and managing director of HIM. Can you tell us a bit more who is HIM and what does Qcare, your solution, do?
Okay. Yeah, thanks François for the opportunity to have this interview this morning with you. And I'm happy to talk about, let's say, my baby, which is a very strong company at this point in time, and we are aiming for make it bigger and stronger in the future. Product-wise, we are really focused on critical care issues in the hospitals. So we deliver a solution which is based on the ICU departments or the intensive care units, where all the patients generate a lot of data during their stay and helps the nurses and the physicians to treat the patients right and be sure that they make the right decisions and because of the right data and the access to the data. That's our aim. And the solution is gathering all the data from the vital signs, from the monitoring, ventilation machines and pumps, and combines that together with the information from the integration with the hospital information system, radiology system and others to a electronic patient record. And the nurses and physicians are really easy accessing these data in the treatment process for the patients. And one of the most important things is to increase security in the patient safety process. And second thing is that the nurses and the physicians get rid of routine work. And finally, they have a good overview and they can use the system as a global steering and controlling system for the hospitals. Finally, at the end of the day, it helps also the hospitals to generate easier the reimbursement process for the insurance companies. And that helps also the managing director to get his figures done. So that's basically the solution. And we started off here more than 25 years ago. And we are serving in 6 European countries hospitals. And I will later come to the point where we explain a bit about our customer portfolio and the hospitals we are serving.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that will be my next question. Indeed, your solution looks great, and I would like to better understand who are your customers, what kind of customers are you addressing, and what are your key references in Europe?
Yeah.
With Qcare?
Yeah, basically, if you look back in time, the last 25 years, normally processes like these starting off in university hospitals, and that was actually our starting point as well in Brussels. There was the requirements to do so, and that was actually the nucleus of the organization started at this point. And meanwhile, we serve 7 university hospitals in 3 countries in Europe. So that means that we have large university hospitals in Germany, in Munich, in Hamburg, in Bielefeld. And these are really big tankers, I have to say, big hospital. They run more than 200 ICU beds, for example, or more than 100 operating rooms to make that work. But nevertheless, also we have hospitals which are in the regional level, which have a responsibility for treatment of people in the countryside. And we have small hospitals which are really specialized on specific treatments and illnesses. And so there's a full flavor of a broadband solution which is used from small hospitals to big hospitals, and we have also the capability to deliver projects like these.
Excellent. Thank you for this information, Stephan. We know that there is a huge investment plan for German government to stimulate the activity in healthcare IT market, the so-called Krankenhaus Zukunftsgesetz. Can you tell us a bit more what it is about and how does it impact your activity?
Yeah, well, this is at this point in time the hottest topic, I have to say, on the European country, the European region. I mean, that was driven by different building blocks. One was, it was very clear for many years that the digitalization in hospitals was a bit behind the market, I have to say, if you compare that to the industry. First thing. Second thing is that general you see an increase also globally between the normal ward beds decreasing in hospitals and the ICU beds increasing, and the reason is that people getting older and older and need more treatment, and that leads to the fact that the intensive care beds are needed. And on the other hand, the global situation of the medical processes and treatment in the normal ward is already done by general practitioners and by normal physicians. It's normal in the sense of where they do the daily work. And second thing is that there was, with the Corona crisis, this was indeed a booster for this activity. The hospitals realized quickly that they had no chance to treat the patients carefully if they were not able to access the data which was gathered before. And I remember that they sent faxes around like hell. Fax machines were out of paper by trying to get the right information to the patient into the treatment unit. And these two issues, or let's say drivers, created in the government a strong need for helping the hospitals to do so. So Krankenhaus Zukunftsgesetz is a very hard word for non-Germans, I have to say. But it's actually it's a law to enable and empower the hospitals to manage the future better than it was before. So they spent 4.3 billion euros into the market to allow hospitals to take money out of this pocket to enable their hospitals in digitalization. And that's not only in the ICU or in the op room, it's also for other things like telecare and general treatment and stuff like that. Not that our auditors believe now that this goes out into our direction, but nevertheless, it's extremely push on the market. It's really good for companies also to have a security on the planning, to invest in the products, to really get things done and have the interoperability between the different departments. So this is what it is about. And as you can imagine, we see a lot of tenders these days. We see a lot, and we have a heavy need for people. Because they are used not only on the side of the vendors, also on the hospital side. They have desperately need to fulfill all that, and but this will force us to the next, let's say, 3 to 5 years, and that will create a big footprint in the market.
Excellent. That looks like a great opportunity for the market, for HIM, but also it implies some challenges. And since November 2021, HIM is now part of the Evolucare group. Mm-hmm. And 6 months after this merging, I would like you to tell us a bit more. How do you feel that this impacted your organization and your activity?
Yeah, that was a big step forward for us. As I said, I mean, we're working more than 25 years on creating an extremely good solution, which is really easy to use, easy to learn, and all the technology challenges we faced in the past. This is in a really good status, but now we are looking forward to really get it on a bigger broader bandwidth. And this is indeed important to have a big brother who is helping us to really access new markets in Europe, to become really a global player in this arena. And so we are very happy about the situation that we were able to jump under the hood of Evolucare to really have now the access to the resources and the means to really fulfill our plans. And indeed, there's the positive change already visible. So we are working on let's say, country tenders, and we deliver a very good combination of work, especially with the feedback and the combination of the products from Evolucare and Qcare and the people in both organizations is really a good fit, because as I said, it was really good that we found this partnership, because there's a lot of information on both ends available, which was missing on one or the other side. And this is now a full picture. We set together the right puzzle pieces. So that was really a big step forward.
Excellent. Very good to hear that, Stephan. If we think about the future now, now that HIM is part of Evolucare Group, how do you see HIM strategy in the next coming years, and where do you see HIM and Evolucare in that market in, let's say, 3 to 5 years?
Yeah. So basically, as I already explained a bit, so we are really specialized in the ICU. We are really specialized in the documentation for the anesthesia processes and neonatology intensive care units. But we also have some gaps, and that's actually one of the points that Evolucare already have filled these gaps. So we are now really setting up the full integrated solution. So we're working on the same database. We have a seamless communication of information between the different tools, and we will end up in a situation where we have one access interface for the users, which allows us really to have a complete end-to-end coverage for the patient treatment. And this is really important. If you join the hospital and you have information for the patient documented, you will, through the whole treatment process in the hospital, you are able to access this information, and this gives you full transparency. So that will help also, that will help a lot in the treatment processes, and that is one side for the day-to-day work. And there's also another aspect which I want to mention is the usage of this information for clinical studies, for using also new technologies like artificial intelligence to really get already to foresee already if things happening, and to have measurements on data, which is at this point only limited available. I have to say this is based on personal knowledge, and brilliant people are out there who can really already see if the patient is creating, let's say, special symptoms, and can see, okay, we will see that in the next days. But I think we can really use the technology we have today. And also for this, it's extremely important to have a partner like Evolucare, who can really have let's say, the means to also support artificial intelligence in the healthcare.
Excellent. That really looks very promising and exciting. So the future will be a fully integrated platform for critical care solutions, and this platform will be open to third parties, added value services involving AI or innovations. And I believe that will make us, Evolucare and HIM, unique in the European market.
Indeed. Yeah, this is actually what thanks for that point, François. I mean, I'm now in the business for 30 years, and this is always what we were looking for to have really a solution which is covering all that.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Stephan, for this interview. It was very pleasant to discuss with you, and let's keep on working together and to have fun together as well.
Looking forward to that. Thank you, François. Have a good day.